Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Shit. Grams leaders CC's pounds. Close cash, close call, close encounter, close up, pounds of leaders of grams, get your dosed up, cut this up and post up, and get dosed up. This for them voted like the move and make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates, for them folk they can't relate. I got to elevate your mind through these signs of the time. Dishing out that medication for that deaf, dumb and blind. And I ain't hard to find, you can catch me in them trenches. I do the groundwork and I ain't waiting on no sense. I be touching on them topics politicians fail to mention. And I don't vote for nobody that ain't got good intentions. I'm relentless for my people and I'm here to make a change. I got that truth serum hooked directly to your vein. Hey, this is for my people, tune in, catch a close up, close up, close up, a close up, grams of it. Tune in, catch a close up, pounds of it. Pounds of it, yeah, grams of it, liters up, pounds, get you dosed up, dosed up, dosed up, yeah, get dosed up.
I think it's Monday night, y'all, and it might be 8 o'clock. You know, you got the usual suspects in the building: Sharpshooter, aka Dose, and Lab on them ones and twos over there dropping them pow 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 them shots off for you.
That's right.
Yep,
It's
yep.
Monday, my brother. How's every little thing?
Man, everything is good, gravy. Glad to be alive. You know what I'm saying? Weekend was real mellow.
Mellow weekend?
Yeah. I spent most of it like just talking to my daughter because she was getting ready to catch a flight. So
Okay.
she's here now. So
Okay.
I'ma
So
catch up with her.
She made it safely.
oh, definitely, yeah, I made it safe. I had to
Yeah.
stir me for a second though, 'cause when she landed, she didn't even hit me back to the next day.
Oh, okay.
I off and did what she had to do. I'm like, okay, little one, damn, do your thing, my bad.
That's what grown children do, right?
That's what they do. That's what they do. I'm proud of her. You know what I'm saying? Catching flights, not feelings. That's how that thing go. Yeah. So I had a low key weekend, but on the way to your lab, your boy just was a witness to a high speed chase.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did it come past you, or you
It
just?
came straight past me. Somebody in the Jag just whoop went
Wow.
straight past me, doing about 60 or 70 on MLK.
On MLK.
And them blue lights just whoop, went straight past me too. So I
On
went.
MLK.
Yes, on MLK. I posted up right on the side. Then I went on ahead and turned into that Merden's, where Merden's Barbershop was,
Right.
and did my thing.
Right.
But the funny thing about this is, Buddy in the Jag thought he was slick because he just did a little whoop whoop on that man in the BP parking lot and skirted out the opposite direction.
Right.
So before I could even make it to where I was going, I see the police passing me the other way.
Okay.
So I'm like, damn, this man right here doing some ridiculous, some of that jackass shit that they get on MTV. I don't know how it turned out because I'm over here now, but
Right.
you know,
Right. But it was some foolishness going on.
foolishness, man. You liable to see anything pop off on the west side.
I don't know why people try to run from the police, because to be honest with you, your car may be fast, but it's not faster than radio frequencies. Like, it's just, I don't think people think of that, but sometimes they get away now. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, well, to me, man, it's more about the adrenaline in you, man. You really endangering lives. Like, bruh, it's one thing watching it, and another thing seeing, like, man, all you got to do is swerve to the right a little bit, and bam, you taking me out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, my reflexes ain't like, you know, police officer reflexes who's already in motion. So my main thing is to just shut it down.
Shut
Y'all
it
make
down.
y'all moves around me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to make no maneuvers and get out the way. I'm just here and move around me. And that's how that went.
Okay. Well, as long as you safe, that's all that matters, right?
Yep.
You made it safe. He ain't crashing to you. Hopefully
Nope.
he didn't crash into nobody else.
Nope.
And everybody made it home safely. He got where he needed to go.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever that police deemed that to be.
Safe in National Women's Month, basically. So I still, like I say, I want to bring light, you know what I'm saying, to the women as far as this month goes. So today I'm going to be talking about Marion Croak,
Okay.
and she was born May 14th, 1955 in NYC.
Okay.
She graduated with a bachelor's from Princeton University in 1977 and became a PhD in 1982 by earning her doctorates in quantitative analysis and psychology from the University of Southern California. So that's USC.
That sounds like a hard subject right there.
Man.
That sounds like a bunch of math and reading.
Well, when I get
Quantitative.
when I get to one of the 200 patents
Okay.
that she had,
Okay.
yeah, it is, man. But to sum it up in a nutshell, she used most of those skills in home, most of those qualities with those degrees with working for AT&T and Bell Laboratories. All right, so pretty much in, we'll say, 2022, she was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame.
Okay.
She was also inducted into the National Arts and Science
Okay.
and inducted into the Academy of Engineers.
Okay. Okay.
All of this for pretty much developing patents for apparatus and monitoring end-to-end performance in the network.
Okay.
So yeah, working in that AT&T and Bell Laboratories, basically got a chance to put those skills to use in networking.
I'm thinking to myself, you said AT&T and Bell Laboratories, so you said that her PhD was in quantitative psychology, right?
And analysis.
I thought you was gonna do some neurologist stuff. Thought you was gonna tell me that she the one. Well, I know she not, but
Well, you be surprised though, because quantitative and analysis can involve some physics.
right. That's
also,
what I'm thinking.
Analyzing, you know what I'm saying?
People's behavior, right?
That, but then the network as well,
Okay.
as far as, you know what I'm saying, the phone network, analyzing the back and forth of the communication
Okay.
and applying that in
Okay. I
from
get
a
what you're
technical
saying.
standpoint.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
Well, okay, so I might as well piggyback off of that because just because Black History Month was last month.
You know, it's Black History 365
Exactly.
for us,
So,
right?
I want to hit.
We're gonna throw Black History facts
Uh-huh.
every day.
So this is a black fact right here. And this gentleman, Mr. Mark Dean, was born March 2nd, 1957. So I'm not necessarily going back with historical, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
with 1910 and 1800s
Right,
and all
right.
that. Nah, these people are still alive, you know what I'm saying, and
Okay.
still doing groundbreaking moves. But okay, so in 2001, he was inducted into the National Academy of Engineering.
Okay.
He pretty much developed the ISA bus, which is an industry standard architecture for the 16-bit internal bus of an IBM computer.
Oh yeah,
And
some computers are 16-bit,
Mhm.
some computers are 36-bit. So okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And so it took me a minute. I was like, what are buses?
Right.
But they talk about like data buses.
Right, right.
So, and they actually look orange. So that's kind of, or yellowish. That's why they call them a bus. But and it transport information. You know what I'm saying?
from one part of the
Microchip type thing to another
okay.
one.
Okay.
All right, and so he actually led the design team for the 1 gigahertz computer processor chip. So if you're into computers, you already know the gigahertz will allow you a shitload of storage,
Right. Right.
and memory and things like that. So
Ain't nothing like a gig.
hey,
which is
exactly.
1,000.
But to see blacks
Right.
doing this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In all type of industries.
Those are things a lot of us didn't know. You know, we don't, when we think of computers, sometimes some of us, all we see are other faces. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to know that a brother like that. Let me give him a clap. Help to build this thing. But you know, we have a lot of smart, inventive black folks that don't get spoke about a lot. So
Well, I can tell you, like, I'm definitely not really big on computers. I remember taking the classes when they first came out, before you had like the computer for the user friendly icons and things.
Right.
And when you had to get to something, you had to type in a code and all of these up dash this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So to see that we got some brothers in there behind, you know, and stretching this thing out, making things easier for us, making things hold more data, more memory. It's a wonderful feeling, you know.
yeah, I was in computers early. A friend of mine was in computers back in the 80s. I mean, he was really into. I probably should have hung out with him more, but he was really into computers, and this was during the time when we had dial-up service.
Oh, wow.
And then this was during the time when he was trying to download a picture. It took like just one picture took like several hours, maybe. I think it took like 12 hours to download that picture. And of course, we being managed, we download naked pictures, but
Oh wow.
but
Okay,
it took
okay,
like
okay,
12
okay,
hours
okay.
to download 1 or 2 pictures, and that was back in 83, 84.
Wow.
He was
Uh-huh.
on it early, like he was on it real early.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably should have hung out with him more because, from what I understand, he's done some great things. I'm gonna try to find out a few things that he's done, but
Uh-huh.
he's well over several $1 million as far as net worth. So
So, well, now, speaking on like computers and things like that, that just brings me to, first of all, like I want to touch on media as well as social media, but like media, before we had the social media, and life kind of like before we had it,
Okay.
and how our lives are now and how we're affected with the social media platform, the pros and the cons, you know what I'm saying, the positives and the negatives.
exactly,
Um,
exactly.
Like I say, I remember not necessarily having to be exposed to so much because the media was either magazines, newspaper, word of mouth, television, radio,
Right.
things
right.
like that, and it was a little bit censored more. And you had specific times and hours for certain things that may be considered taboo to air, if it even aired at all.
Okay.
So, or restrictions. I think some people may not know, but your TV used to have that red, black, green, and all that stripes and static.
Oh, you going back
And all
way
this other
back
stuff.
a long time.
So, hey,
right.
man, but it was a part of life.
It
That's
was
what
part
I'm
of
saying.
TV,
Like,
right? It
so
was part
some
of
people,
the right information age. You're right.
So some people, you know what I'm saying, I see a lot of I would just say sometimes people maybe my age or my elders, and I see how a simple thing of a social media tool kind of like affects them to the point where they're not even acting their age, or they're, you know, swayed and I would say influenced in ways where you should technically be old enough to know better,
No better.
you know. I also, like I said, now, well, media in the past was a little bit more hands-on. You had to research or go find it
Right.
and read it. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? Sometimes it could get thrown to your doorstep, you know, as far as the newspaper's concerned. but
Right.
It wasn't necessarily as easily accessible as it is now. And it was more regional as well. Like, I'm not going to necessarily, I wouldn't know what was going on in the Ukraine on a 24-hour basis unless either I was trying to tap in maybe to some kind of world news on TV, or I bought the USA Today or something
Right,
like that.
right.
Because what you get down here is AJC
Right.
as far as media. So, you know, unless it's something that is a national, you know, wide event, then it will probably pop up in the AJC. But
Right.
other than that, you get local media. Another thing, like I say, false media, as far as with what we have today, is a little bit more of propaganda and running rampant than I would say
I call it opinion news.
opinion.
It's based
news.
on a
Okay.
person's opinion, or based on the opinion of that network itself, which pushes out those opinion pieces and those, like you say, those news things like that. But you know, we was talking about the internet. You know, we always say the internet has made the world flat. That's why so much information is so accessible now, because you don't have as far to reach as you did
Yeah.
before. You get what I'm saying? It's a flat world now. You can talk to people over all the way in China. You can talk to people in a third world country. You can talk to people in not third world countries, in Switzerland and France, and you wouldn't even know that they were over there. But that's how flat the world is, that the internet has made, and I think social media has made it even flatter.
Check this out, because I definitely agree with you. I agree with you 100% on that. But what I wanted to pose is, we can kind of still do those on like Zoom apps and other apps, right? But people still tend to like jump on the social apps more, like
Right.
like the social media apps more,
Right.
to communicate than just like maybe like a phone app where you can just actually talk to that person and
Right.
interact.
I think it's because it's easier.
I got you.
It's easier just
So-
to swipe up, bam, there it is. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I'm looking at it now too. It's like, well, the social media is turning more into like entertainment as a means of like communication, I would say, or business wise. I mean, and I would base that off of kind of like the content that you continuously see. you know, on a daily basis that always just pops up on the thread.
Do you think it's good? Do you think, in your opinion, do you think it's the entertainment is good or bad, or do you think it's kind of
I think it's
a 50-50 for both?
it's leaning more on the bad to me because it takes what you would call, let's just say, I'll give you an example. It makes a mockery out of certain people's spirituality, because I know you see those preachers looking like they stepping on roaches, or like they hard bottoms caught on fire with doing all that fake dancing and all this stuff, and passing out in church like they caught the Holy Ghost. You know what I'm saying? And to people who might actually take their spirituality and religion seriously, like, who want to see that? Like you really just doing that for views and for spectating, for some whack ass entertainment. But I mean, it's people out there that really need faith. You know what I'm saying? And if this is what they seeing all the time, why would we even look up to you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think you're right. It has gotten towards the bad. Naked women is a lot more prevalent on social media now, and and
posting
that,
bodies.
Man, that right there is like, whew, Jesus Christ.
Just either look at my ass or look at my cleavage.
Yeah, on my breast now. Now it's getting to the point where they wearing see-through stuff with no bras. Yeah. So
I mean,
it's getting really rough. I think, man, I just hate to see so many women just letting themselves be out there. And don't get me wrong, women have the right to do what they want to do with their body. You know what I'm saying? But it's just so many.
Well, it's a lot of beautiful women out there.
Right, it is.
And I mean, like, okay,
they're beautiful, but
so I'm not gonna throw a flag on that per se, because okay, let's just say this one beautiful lady decided to take a pic, post it on social media. Next thing you know, 20,000 people start liking it, and she's like, oh wow, I can make some money off of it. That's exactly what she gonna do.
Right.
I mean, but now what be tasteless to me sometimes, it's this, you know, like like they got I call it a shtick.
Okay.
So like, if you know your breasts are the attention, every post is about your breasts.
Right.
Like, let me do a magic trick. Like, look at these.
Right.
Okay, I got clothes on, clothes off, clothes on, clothes off. Look at this. You know, you. I mean, it's now it just becomes like, first of all, you like a one trick pony, and it's like, man, where's your intelligence?
Right. Like running, jogging when you're not really jogging, just so stuff that you know that's the most prevalent on your body, it can shake.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I saw one girl punching a boxing bag and jumping up and down, so her breast can
clearly,
shake.
you know, which walk y'all like the best?
Right.
I mean, and basically, you half naked. I mean, they gonna like any walk. You don't have to walk. Just stand there. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times, I mean, like, sometimes it's dumbing us down, because after a while, man, if that's all the content you see, either you're gonna log off or that's what you're gonna expect. And if you start interacting, like, you can tell a lot about these people, man, or by the comments. You know, in the encouragement of the bullshit.
The comments is the section that tells you what. I think the comments, for me, and you hit on a big nail. You hit on a big flag for me. That's a flag for me, because when you read the comments, it really depresses you on how people really think.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, people really think like this. Like, we still live in a world where people think like this, and they obviously think like it because they had the guts to post it where millions of people can see it.
Man, so the one thing I'm not gonna do is ask a bunch of strangers that don't even know me, don't even know the person I was with, don't know anything about the situation, and you post one situation, and all of a sudden they the love doctor that's gonna give you the advice that you need for your relationship.
You post 50.
Man, I'm just saying
50 chapters of your relationship.
Not only that, but how about this though? It be women out there that they're coming out of a bad relationship, and you keep posting it and posting it and posting it online. Like, to me, that's a red flag for some man that might actually be interested in you. He's seeing your intimate details spread out all across the damn web. What would you do with our relationship if that's the case? And then you asking and you listening to people that don't even know you, people that just probably want you for the physical because they don't know you, and you getting relationship advice from that. Right. And I just be like, man, where is, once again, the common sense or the logic with a lot of people that interact on social media?
Well, you remember how they was listening to this guy, I forget his name, on social media where he was trying to give men advice on how to treat women.
You're not talking about Mr. Kevin Samuels, are you?
Not him.
Not him. Oh.
Him too, but the one who was actually cheating on his wife.
I think I know who you're talking about.
You get what I'm
Mario,
saying?
some
Yeah,
dude. I know who you're talking about.
Allegedly, he was cheating on his wife, but at the whole time he telling us how to treat a woman, and he cheating on his woman.
See, that's the thing, man. You treat women a certain different relationships cause for different kind of treatment.
Right.
I'm always gonna be someone that's gonna be respectful no matter what because I respect human beings. So, but the depending on, like I say, how you treat them is depending on the relationship. How does that person treat themselves? How do they come at you? First of all, if y'all not even relatable, then why? But like I say, that's kind of a deal breaker. Because if I see that that's all they're gonna do is jump towards the internet to see how they've been treated, or to talk about how they should be treated, or to look at the trending topics, because most of the trending or hot topics be about gossip or some bullshit anyway. So I'm like, man, what's so trending about it? What's so hot about it? What's so hot about you? Will say you don't want to see another brother bring another brother down, but you keep this topic going by fanning the flames for the rest of the whole month.
Right.
So it's like we playing a part of the shit too.
We are just as guilty as spectators as they are narrators. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because they wouldn't post the stuff if we didn't pay attention to it. So what does that say about us as spectators? I mean,
well, see, I go beyond us as the spectators and say, what does that say about people that are letting this content be posted, be streamed? You see what I'm saying? At some point, shit, maybe I wish I had a particular filter where it wouldn't come up on mine, you know.
I think you can filter certain things out. I know that for a fact. And your algorithm sometimes will depend on, like, if you engage one or two people, it changes what you see.
Yeah.
So, like me, I like a lot of DJ stuff. So pretty much in my Explore page, and what comes up for me is going to be DJ stuff, music, stuff like that. But it depends on what you like a lot of and what you engage a lot with. It determines the algorithm and how this is going to send you to see. So, but then there's the random. They do put the randoms in there.
I mean, you're going to get nonsense, I don't care what, unless you just log off, man. But the amount of nonsense is what's alarming. I've even seen people exploit their own deficiencies, exploit their own incapabilities. You see what I'm saying? They could be disabled. They're exploiting their own disability.
Right.
And I'm like, this isn't even funny. Like, and then the fact that you're doing this, trying to make light of the situation, I get it. But really, you kind of pimping yourself out with your disability to get likes. And I mean, I guess I ain't gonna say if you like it, I love it, because I really didn't even want to see it to begin with. But if that's what you're comfortable with, then that's on you. You see what I'm saying?
But
as long as you're not harming anyone with it, and you maybe not encouraging no stupidity.
Right.
I mean, you know.
But you think about this: the social media platforms have become so prevalent in our lives and everything that we do as far as society itself. Even when you try to approach people about sponsorship or approach people about certain things, the first thing they say is, well, how many followers you got? You get what I'm saying? A lot of times they don't want to engage with you based on the amount of followers that you do have. And it may not be the fact that nowadays people don't even follow you no more on social media. They may come to your page, like a bunch of stuff, comment on every post you have, and never follow you, and do that for years. So that don't determine the amount of engagements a person's going to have, the amount of followers they have. People buy followers all the time. People can buy blue checks now. That don't mean shit.
Not only that, but you can follow an idiot.
Right.
I mean, just because you got a lot of followers, your content can be bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or I've had people that got a lot of followers and they just might be playing mood music.
Right.
So it's what somebody might be into. That's another thing. Like, social media taps into a lot of things that you can relate to, a lot of things that you can't relate to, but I've seen that it's something for everyone out there.
I think that part that you said, through things that people can relate to, I think that's a good part, because some people like to see or engage with people that like to do the same things that they like to do. And social media allows them to do that, so that's a good part of it. You know, if you like taxidermy and you tap into a bunch of people that do taxidermy,
Yeah.
and y'all exchange ideas and solutions to certain things. That's a good thing. I tap into people who DJs.
See, that's networking though.
Right.
That's awesome, you know. But there are times, okay, like you look at how often people post and the time frames that they're doing it, and I'm like, some of these people, I'm like, do you work? Because I know you're not getting any income off of the post that you post.
Right.
So I'm like, how do you have time to keep posting and responding all day when you should be getting some work done? And
It's a part of work. That's
I'm
an extension of the office.
I'm kind of like an antisocial type of person. So, I mean, you're not going to catch me post every day.
Right.
I'm not necessarily a multiple poster. Like, every day I'm posting 4, 5, 6, 7. Some people post over 10 posts and will be like, they ain't on social media, ain't got no problem.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, you don't have a business with this, and your posts be, it's not even informative, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, you got your right to do what you want to do, but
right.
But I'm like, it's just interesting to see what people are using it for, and then what kind of attention that they seek by what they post.
Right. Well, you have people that use it for a variety of things, you know. I like to post funny stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I make people laugh. I get that.
You know, I like to post a lot of my DJ stuff. I post stuff from the podcast, so it's gonna be a consistent thing. It's gonna be it's gonna be one of those three things: something from a podcast, from the shows, or something funny, or something about DJing. So it's gonna be something like that always on my page.
So, do you take the time out damn near every day, multiple times a day, and post what you don't like, post what you're not concerned about, quote unquote? Just to debate with people?
No, I do not.
I see a lot of people that do that. You know, and it's like kind of sometimes like a lot of people might post things to try to force things, or like I would say post etiquette.
Right.
Do you post on people's page without asking, or do you steal a lot of their posts?
Oh, no, that happens all the time. I mean, Slick on Westside Misfits, as soon as she posts stuff, 2 minutes later, it's stolen and put it somewhere else. And I know for a fact it takes her a long time to get this stuff and get this information posted.
Yeah.
So, but that's just a part of the game. I mean, how do you prevent that? That's a part of of social media. I mean, I stole posts. Now I wait a while before I post it. Don't get me wrong. When I steal your post, I'm not gonna post it the same week you post it. I'm gonna wait a little while before I post it, but I'm gonna steal it if I like it. That's just how I am. I'm gonna be 100% honest.
I don't mind people, you know what I'm saying, taking a post of mine or whatever. But what I do mind is if I'm looking on my page and I see you all up and down my page and you haven't asked not one bit to post, and then nothing about me is on your page, so I'm like, what the hell going on here?
We're not sharing information. We just still in post.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, or then, you know, people time and they might see I post something, then you post it on my page right behind me. I'm like, if you want me to pay attention to you, hop off of that and text me if you got my number.
Right.
Or always ask, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, they ain't gonna ask you, bro. You know that.
Shit, that thing gonna get removed. I'm gonna start removing. I'm trying to give a public announcement now, cause you know what I'm saying. My page now specifically designed for what I'm trying to do with me.
Right.
And I'm not even on there like that. Yeah. So I'm like, man, why the fuck are you on here more than me? And it's my shit. But hey,
you got one thing that they like. They want to see what else they can steal.
Okay.
Trust me, that's how it works. I've noticed that, like when I post stuff, people take it. They not gonna at you in it. They just gonna take it and make it theirs. Hey, and that's cool. Like, and I used to get upset. Like I used to get upset about that because it takes you a long time to find some of these posts to make them be original for you and something that ain't been posted before.
So, like I say, I'm big on thinking for myself. So.
Right.
I mean, I'm not really scrolling down people's pages to jack their content.
Right.
But I do look for inspirational things. I do look for things I can relate to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if I see something that like stand out, I'm like, damn, okay.
Let me ask you a question. Like so when you see something that stands out, that might be inspirational, motivational, that you like from somebody else's page, when you do take it and post it, do you put their name in it?
Nah, I don't take the post. I just file it away as a gem. You know
Oh,
what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay,
Call it a
okay.
day. Like,
Oh, okay. So you don't take it and repost.
well, I look at like what I do is kind of like art too.
Uh-huh.
So what people say, like philosophers, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, Plato.
To me,
and
that's
those,
almost
yeah.
like a rap artist.
Right.
So yeah, if Socrates and Confucius ain't gonna be running around this bitch trying to quote Socrates and steal his quotes, you see what I'm saying? He might say, "Damn, Socrates came up with some dope shit." File that away. But if you start, that's plagiarism to me. Like, I like to think of my own outstanding shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You be like, damn, man, Dose was saying something the other day. He said this. That's
Right.
what I get off on. Not, well, Dose just sent me this meme that means everything to me. I
Right.
can do that. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But
There's no originality in that.
I'm a helper and I'm a healer, so I'm a thinker as well.
Right.
So I'm in constant thought. You know.
Right.
I would prefer my own memes over.
Someone else's.
Yeah.
I got you.
Also though, like, why do we post?
Mm-hmm.
I know why I do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, mainly to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's a little bit entertaining what I do, or you know, informal. I used to post a lot more than what I do now. I felt like I was reaching deaf ears because one, I was taking other information rather than deciphering it for people and
Right.
saying things. I would say like a little phrase or what I thought it meant, a summation of it, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? You'll get some comments on it, whatever. I wasn't even looking for no comments.
Right.
But this is more hands-on to me now. I prefer this over just posting shit,
social
posting
media, yeah.
information. You know, because that's for somebody else's interpretation. You can interpret what you want to interpret from me, but
Right.
you getting it from the horse's grill. So I'm telling you what time it is.
Right.
You know.
Right. I get what you're saying. Let me ask you this: do you think that what was I gonna say? I had something on the tip of my tongue. I was gonna ask you, and it has flew the coop.
Okay.
But, keep going.
Well, maybe I might
Maybe you may
jar your memory.
jar it loose.
Because that brings me to the next thing, as far as not necessarily why, but people have to understand that what they post says a lot about them, or more about them than what they think.
You think so?
Okay. Hell yes, it does.
Okay.
Because
well,
a lot of
break it down
times,
to me like fractions.
well, let's just say one post you start out pissed off and negative or something, or your women that might be man bashing. If I see within a week you got 4 or 5 posts like that, after a while that's sending me vibes that either something might be wrong with you or you've had a lot of bad relationships. It's saying more than what you may want it to say, because if you just posting things and you're not necessarily explaining who you are, I'm just getting what I get from the post.
Right.
Like, you ain't explained nothing but the situation. You haven't explained who you are.
Yeah, I don't think that we can decipher who a person is by what they post, because a lot of people post stupid different shit all the time, and then a lot of
That's what I'm
times
getting
we can decipher what type of mood they're in, but we
See,
definitely
now we getting
right. I don't think we can decipher
Okay.
them as a person, as an individual, because
this out,
if you saw stuff that I post, you would think I was just goofy as hell,
But-
but I'm not.
Well, okay. All right. If you go down my post and all you see is porn, and ratchet women, and you hear nothing but maybe music like "Shake that ass, ho,"
Right,
what
right.
you gonna think about me
That
if
you
that's
like-
all you see?
You like going to the strip club seeing
Something.
pretty women.
And you more than likely
Right.
gonna get something based around a whole bunch of women,
Right.
promiscuous type
Right,
women.
right.
That's what you gonna read into. Now, what if I was a preacher and I was trying to save these women?
Uh-huh.
Which is highly doubtful, because why don't I post that kind of shit? Is
Right.
what I'm saying.
Right,
So
right.
what I'm saying is, what you be posting says a lot more about you than maybe what you think, or what you want to portray.
Right. Now, stuff like that scenario you gave, of course, I give you that. It may say some things, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's true either. Because I'm from Chicago. We didn't have booty shaking music and stuff like that. But that's the culture down here in Atlanta. That's always been forever. And if somebody's posting booty shaking music with a stripper dancing to it, that's the culture here. So I'm not gonna necessarily think, depending on how it's posted, that's what that person's on all the time. It's just that he liked the culture, or she likes the culture, and that's what they grew up on. Because there's a lot of music that I post that I grew up on. People probably like, what the hell is that? But if you grew up on it, you might feel some type of way about it, and you're going to want to post. Like, if you hear an older song, and you're going to be, oh, man, I remember that. at Freaknik 94 on that one. That's the one right there, and then you might post it. That don't necessarily mean that that's what you own.
But I will say your assumption was for the latter though. Like you gonna think that that's that road they go down because of what they post. And I say that to say this, like definitely I'm agreeing with you on a lot. But what I would say is because sometimes, all right, I see a lot of posts about like it might be from one particular woman and it'll be about a relationship that she just jumped in. Then a couple of weeks later, he ain't shit, whoop whoop, this that ain't in that. Then another one pop up the same thing, this that whoop whoop whoop. Then the next time it's something, and then they start asking questions about this and that. And so at some point I just be like, damn, everything that everything you posting leads me to believe that your relationships be about drama because it's the third person
that
you see. You see what I'm saying? And what else do you post besides this?
Oh well. That's true. I get it. She's in and out of relationships a lot. Then she just had 3 guys in 3 weeks.
But then too, how can you get accurate advice from people when you do this kind of shit?
Right.
If you back and forth like a tennis ball, the advice ain't gonna work.
Right. Because you're not stable enough to even take it in and to receive it properly.
And once again we get instances, we getting bits and pieces, we getting the posts. Which also now, what's real and what's fake?
Right.
You know, who calling out for help? Who really versus who really need it? Who crying wolf? You know, I see a lot of distressful posts, and really the situation don't even be as serious as they make it seem. And then I see certain things. It'd be so distressful that you shouldn't even be posting it. You should be seeking some help.
I agree. I mean, when people get, like we just talked about a situation over the weekend where a lady got on her live and her husband came out in his robe and naked and with a shotgun, told her she was gonna finna meet the Lord, and literally shot her on live and killed her.
Well,
you get what I'm saying? So I don't know if it happened over the weekend, but we did discuss it over the weekend. Let me get that correctly. I don't know exactly what day this happened, but it was a discussion over the weekend about that. And you know, we were talking about, you know, you said we were gonna talk about the live, but her being on live, she thinking that her putting the live up on him was going to prevent him from doing it, and it did nothing of the sort.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
those things like that, you know, I wouldn't have been on live. I've been calling 911 or something, trying to figure out how to get.
I'm trying to tell you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get away from him, or get it out of his hands, or do something other than be on live. Why do we pull out the phone and start recording certain situations when we're in the situation?
See, I've seen that before. Like, there's a dude having a medical situation, and somebody just started recording it. Rather than maybe trying to get a nurse, try to seek help or something, their first instinct was to record. But once again, that's how social media, it turned people into instant journalists. Right. And sometimes it's tasteless. It's not the right time and situation or ethically sound to do it, but they do it. Live streaming with social media also, it causes people to either compete or want to have shock value. They know more and more people are seeing it. They know it can be seen across the world. They know they can probably go viral. So they may be more violent or more tactical as far as handling a situation than what they normally would if no eyes were on them.
Right.
They may take it to the extreme because it's like, oh, well, you trying to out me now. Oh, well, everybody's seeing it. Let me act a stone cold fool now. I'm gonna give you what you asking for.
Right. Slick said, who wants attention? People who wants attention. A lot of times be doing that, but
and that's the thing. Everybody in life want attention now that I'm starting to see. But it's what will you do to get the attention?
That's the part right there.
You see what I'm saying? And who do you want attention from, and how much attention do you want? Right. Like the attention, and what kind of attention do you want? See, I want the kind of attention, I like affection and attention from women. That's about damn near all the attention that I need.
Right.
I don't need attention on me from all eyes and angles because of something that I might be doing that you consider negative or something that you might consider entertaining. I just don't need that attention on.
Right.
I don't need a lot of people telling me they like me and I don't even know who the hell they are. Because, yeah, you like me, but can I call you in a time of need? Do you know me?
I just like you. I don't know.
Yeah, you just like what I'm doing. But do you even know me? You see what I'm saying? Or would you help me if I needed help?
Right.
Part of the reason why I'm on this motherfucker now is to help.
Right. I think that social media has definitely infiltrated lives. Think about this. Recently, was a couple of weeks ago, social media went down from at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it went down for a few hours or something. I don't know how long. I wasn't even on it.
Yep,
I didn't know.
It didn't affect me
when I got on it, it worked fine, and that was
exactly
out because I was at work.
Yep.
But you think about that and how that affected people to where they had to go find what was going on because they couldn't get on social media. The mindset to think like that.
Yeah. Well, see, first of all, it's like this. Even if I made my money off of social media, I would still try to have more than one way to make it when it's not on social media.
Right.
So if the social media going down ain't gonna affect me, you know what I'm saying? Hell, I can speak to people on my phone if I need to talk to them. Other than that, like, I can go on and if I need to be entertained, you have television, you have movies you can watch, you got YouTube. I mean, I don't have to be entertained by a particular person or by other comments, entities. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes I'm like, is it because people are bored and it's a new way of satisfying boredom?
I think so. I think a lot of it is boredom. I think a lot of people realize. I think what we don't realize is that a lot of people's lives are boring. That they do on a daily basis don't have nothing really going on besides working home. So when they get home, it might not be nothing good on they want to watch or whatever. And it's just so easy. Like, let me give you a good example. If my phone is sitting there and I'm like, I'm not gonna be on social media, and I'm watching TV and I get a text, that's why they put it on the phone. So when I get my text, I pick up my phone, I answer my text, then while the phone is in my hand, next thing I'm saying, well, let me check social media real quick. You know what I'm saying? And then before you know it, it's 3 hours later, you've been on social media all this whole time, scrolling.
I could be bored, man, but people's lives aren't entertaining enough for me to log on to see. Let me see what so-and-so doing. Let me see what he doing. Let me see if he posts something today.
Right.
No, man. I'd rather YouTube and go down the rabbit hole on some conspiracy theories all night.
But you think about the fact that also people who are obsessed with celebrities be on social media, and
or influencers or whoever,
right? And they be on social media because they think that social media gets them just that much closer to their favorite celebrity. And this right here in itself is a thing that I've noticed, how people will defend a celebrity who does not know them on social media whatsoever. Never wouldn't piss on them if they was on fire. How quick they are to come to their defense, how quick they are to threaten people because of them. You get what I'm saying?
So that shows me that social media is a good psychological tool. It could be a weapon as well. You see what I'm saying? If it has people so concerned, so tapped into someone's lives that don't even immediately affect you, you can't reach out and touch them, but you're concerned enough to have emotions behind them, raise your blood pressure and defend someone who probably wouldn't even defend you or doesn't even know that you exist.
Right.
To me, that's an issue. A lot of times, I ain't even gonna lie, man, I have to find myself holding back, because if I do decide to engage in a debate that I find preposterous, that's when I start like, man, why are we even... It ain't even that important anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or you can always research a stat or a fact to fit your narrative on social media. So for good or bad. You ain't winning any argument, because anybody can find what they need to prove their fucking point. You can try to find, you can go online and find enough Bigfoot shit to make it look real. Because you're gonna find enough to prove your narrative. So
you hit the nail on the head right there. People always say go research, but if your research is skewed in any way, you're gonna find what you're looking for based on your views of things. So I mean, stats and surveys and all that stuff are skewed, can be skewed any way you want it to be.
Man, they done got so bad on social media that they blurring the truth. Like, the truth has now become false,
right?
Because of so many different ways to make a joke about it, or so many different ways to bring up an image of something to negate what the truth is, that you start really being like, well, damn, I noticed the truth because this shit been going, you know what I'm saying? But just listening and seeing all these different ways of people to show you from all over the country that it's wrong, you're gonna start. But I don't believe in it, because I know, you know what I'm saying, what it is. But like I say, psychologically, these social media tools embed that shit in your brain.
But you think about how social media now is getting so. I think it's becoming a problem. It's becoming boring for one, becoming the same old, same old.
Yep.
And now social media is getting so bad at policing you, the person, that like me, I got in trouble one time for liking stuff too much. I didn't even realize how fast I was liking something. I was just going down the page, just liking. I sometimes I don't even view it, but if you following me and you like some of my stuff, I'm gonna like some of your stuff. But I got in trouble for that recently. Slick got in trouble for posting something that belonged to us from one of our shows because social media says she only posted it to get likes. So now it's becoming a circus. Now it's becoming laughable because you're punishing me for doing exactly what the social media site is designed for me to do, but because I'm doing it too fast or I'm doing it not to your liking, you want to put me in social media jail. What kind of sense does that make?
I ain't never been in social media jail, and I don't know how.
Right.
But that just sounds funny to me, man. Like,
you see, that's the thing. You don't know when you're gonna get in social media jail because actually the rules and guidelines are random.
yeah.
You may think that you're doing the right thing, and then you be in social media. I got in social media jail for posting something that had no violence in it, but they put me in social media jail because they said it had violence in it. This literally had a little boy skipping a rock across the lake.
See, I don't even care what I post. I'm gonna post what I want. They just gonna have to take it down to tell me or whatever
Right.
it is, whatever rules they got. Show them to me while I'm posting them.
Right.
And I just be trying to ignore it, like post. I can read motherfucker post.
Right,
I still don't give a shit. Like
Right.
you gonna do what you gonna do. Like I don't need it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like okay, what?
redundancy
I can't
of
get
the
on it today.
rules is just-
Woo, yeah. You know, I think if I gotta say it, it's gonna be said. Consequences can come later, but it's a lot that needs to be said. That's gonna get said, and some people need to hear it. The ones that even want to stop it need to hear it.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know how the rules and the standards go. I just shoot from the hip, and most of the time I hit my target. If they in the way, I guess it's collateral damage.
What you call that? Do you throw one of them bullets around the tree?
Man, look here, boy. I have a revolver, so I ain't got to pick nothing up.
Them curved shots around the tree.
Yeah, the matrix shots.
Right.
Whip them things how I
Right.
need to
Right.
though.
Right.
But in all seriousness though, man, I mean, I think it's a wonderful tool, but it's just everybody can't monetize off of it for one. Everybody can't go the shock value route.
And everybody can't go viral.
Man, I'm just saying, yeah, like what's the point of showing how stupid you can be when you can show how intelligent you can be?
Intelligence.
Or when you can just
creative. You're
Thank you.
creative. Just like
Like-
you could, like you a rapper. You could like I ask you your creative process.
Mm-hmm.
Those things people might need to know because it might have a young rapper like, okay, I see Doe, I see Shotty. He write his stuff down first, then
Mm-hmm.
he hit a beat, or he hit a beat first, then he start rapping over it. Those kind of creative things
Mm-hmm.
help people. But if I'm like, I saw one guy, he was riding a moped down the street with a microwave on his head.
Yeah,
Then he
man.
pulled
that
up
kind-
with
yeah.
the microwave, opened up the
Yeah.
like those things right there does
Yeah.
not have any value to me. Like, why would you do that to yourself for one as a person?
And we literally waste brain cells looking at this kind
right,
of shit.
right,
And,
right.
and it's like, that's why
The
I'm
titty
aware
shaking,
of.
ass shaking, those waste brain cells too. I'm sorry, it does.
Yeah, but ain't nothing wrong with sometimes looking at something that look good to me.
Right, right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, you get the same thing. It'd be some 400-pound chick saying, "Hey, I'm just now starting my journey," and she
Okay.
jump roping and shit like
Now
that.
that's good.
Clearly
That's
that, you know what
motivation
I'm
right
saying?
there.
Yeah, but you know,
I'll take it. I'll take
it
that
too. But now
it's a tasteful
6
way
months
to do
later,
it.
you can't be pulling up in Popeyes like, goddamn, that's where the journey led me. Cause I'm gonna
I mean,
be
but
like,
you-
well, you.
Everybody's journey different. People start on that journey, but I get what you're saying. Now that's motivation because then that might get me to say, "Let me get my fat ass up
But
and
I
go
be
do
like,
some work
stick
too."
to it though. Like, don't drop the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I
When
get what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? If you in this to
You motivate me.
You can't be motivated. You can't be jumping rope one day and then next thing you know you jump in the line in checkers. The shit don't add up.
I get it, but yeah, I think social media has screwed the narrative and reality so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, we don't really know what's true and what's false, and it just has messed us up as a people and as a whole to where we can't even wake up and stretch and think before we pick up that phone and start scrolling social media.
Yeah. That's the main thing we do. In traveling, when just I see everybody. If I'm on the train, on a bus, if you go into a store, sometimes people all you see heads down, heads down, heads down, heads down. A lot of times, man, my phone in my pocket because I want to be alert. Because the shit they be getting on social media, folks be getting robbed because they be on their phone, not paying attention.
Right.
So I'm not finna be on one. I'm not going viral by getting got.
Because you gotta keep the head on swivel.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Like
even when you walk in stores, like I walk in a restaurant, and if it's teenagers in there and there's no businesses, they're slow at that particular point in time, and you walk in the restaurant, 9 times out of 10, all of them gonna be sitting against the counter with their heads down into their phones.
Yeah, on an app or something, man. Hell, well, folks even use the social media to try to blackmail you.
Wow.
Hey, they'll try to post your pics all over somebody else's page, man. Get into a full-fledged argument, start out when you all on the damn media app.
Did you see the one where the young lady who had the Airbnb? We talked about that a week or so ago. She had an Airbnb and she wanted to charge the guy. He had a party. She wanted to charge him an extra $900, and he was like, "I'm not gonna pay an extra $900 for his Airbnb." So she sent or posted the pictures of him coming in Airbnb with another woman to his wife.
Yeah, man. See, all that intrusive shit.
Right.
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
Right. And so she was like, "Oh, you're not gonna pay me that $900.
So
Check this out." Right.
Well, how about the women that be trying to out buddy? I guess had him a flame on the side. You know what I'm saying? And she know he was batting both ways. And then you try to out the man on a social media platform, and next thing you know, it's a murder involved.
Right. Or the women and men, but women who try to out men for not taking them certain way for dates, or that they don't pay. Like the one girl who went viral because her baby daddy brought McDonald's for his child,
I saw that.
Didn't bring McDonald's for children that wasn't his.
It's not a pettiness play-by-play tool.
Right.
It's not for you to like Ed TV or the Truman Show. It's not a real reality TV for you to have your phone and keep putting it on people in certain moments, like disturbing moments, compromising moments. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to do that for views, if you're trying to do that for attention, you're trying to do that to gang up on somebody, a lot of times this shit, it backfires.
Right.
It's because it's really just inviting a third party into something. And a lot of times they're going to go off of emotion. They're going to be aggressive because they're not even there to even deal with it anyway.
Right.
So, of course, somebody will tell you, "Hey, man, I slapped that bitch or something." You ain't even here to deal with the consequences. Or, you going to let him get away with that? Girl, take the kids and run. All these different things that you getting in real time, and you don't even have time to think. And you got all these people just in the comments at your ass with ignorance, by the way.
Yeah, I think that we know so much personal shit about so many random folks that it's overwhelming, and it actually leads to depression because we know so much random shit about people we don't know and generally do not care about that it's overwhelming to us. Our sensory perception is so bad now because we're so overloaded with so many things that are irrelevant to our everyday life because of social media.
Man, what I don't like and what I'm seeing a lot of, everybody can agree with this, stop soliciting on the web and on the social media apps, man. Like, stop jumping up in people's DMs and all on their damn timeline and page, either trying to finesse them into some Bitcoin or whatever kind of business you got going on that nobody asked you about.
Nobody's asked you about that.
And the shit be secretive anyway, because if you really be about that business, you would put your digits up there. You're going to give somebody your phone number. You're not just going to keep doing it off of a WhatsApp. And, you just directing niggas to another motherfucking app so you can do this thing privately. Like, that's not the way that you do business.
Information, right.
Yeah, I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
But that's a big thing with me. The soliciting, the ill-advised posting on... And like we say, meme jacking and all this other shit. I mean,
I'm a jack you for your memes. I'm sorry.
I can let people slide on that, but when you start trying to recruit me for sales and things like that on the social media app, I'm like, nah. Nope. They even done got dating on the social media apps now.
Yeah, that's true. I heard
So-
that they had Facebook dating or something like that. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But algorithms are all on your social media app. I mean, not only are people soliciting, you got companies.
Right.
Dillard's be running through my app. Polo be running through my app. Gucci, whatever it is on my app. Go online and look at something, and it's gonna come on your Facebook app.
Right. That's true.
So,
That's
Finish
amazing.
Line,
That's amazing,
Go,
isn't it?
all of that. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So-
They even say people who say you say something and it comes on your social media.
Oh
app.
yeah.
You may not even be searching it because they always listening.
Well, some folks even try to jack you for your app, your page.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's been happening to me. Like my page been hacked.
Yeah.
I don't think that's really happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Even if it did, man, I just make another one, or like I try not to base, like I say, some important shit on these apps. So, I mean,
I don't think my. I'm gonna knock on wood with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think mine has ever been jacked either. But I don't just give random information to people anyway.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna come to my DM and tell me, what's your cash app? I got $2,000 for you. I'm not gonna bite.
Man, no.
I don't know you.
They do that all the time, and I'm
Yeah.
like, first of all, I do this cash app, so whatever you coming with it, I know how it works.
Right.
And there's no way that you're gonna have to pay a fee to get the money.
Right.
If you can't, I'd be like, shit, give me a small increment.
Right.
Send me 500. You send me 50. I ain't asked for no 2,000. Why
Right.
you want to give me that?
Right.
All this crazy ass shit, and of course they not gonna do it.
Right. You
But-
got 2,000, and the fee is how much? Okay.
Thank you.
If the
Well,
fee,
pay the fee for me then.
Right.
Shit,
Right.
why you
If
give
the-
me 2,000. Give me 1,999. 950.
and take the
then.
fee out to 2,000. The fee
do
500.
that.
Take the 500 for the
Exactly.
fee and give me the 15.
You know what I'm saying? I can show you how to get me the money.
Right, right.
Without me having to give you none of my shit.
None of my information.
So when they come with these schemes and scams, man, on these social media apps, man, I can see it clear as day.
Right.
And you gotta stop it from happening, man. Immediately.
Right.
Like, the funny thing too though, like, is the interaction that goes on social media, man. Like, is your interacting positive? Are you learning anything from these interactions? Do you just get on there all day to damn near debate? Do you get on there all day to force your opinion on people? You know what I'm saying? When you do get into these interactions, and if it's about something that you got to have something to back it up, do you even produce the facts, or are you just flying off talking shit to get somebody's blood pressure raised?
Right.
I
think some people just do it just to get people blood
they
pressure.
do. I know they do.
To be
I know they
be facetious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who I'ma rile up today, like
Right.
they say. What can I get started today? All that other shit.
That
Listen,
happens a lot more than we realize.
It do, man.
And it happens on pages where you have white people and black people commenting about things, and especially when it comes to race, it happens on those type of pages all the time. And it may be somebody from a whole nother country
Yep.
saying something negative,
Yep.
and then you got a firestorm going.
But see, the funny thing about my page is, like, sometimes your page can be predominantly, you can get threads about what you
Right.
either subscribe to a lot
Uh-huh.
or what you follow tends to come up on the thread.
Right.
So if you don't follow, let's say if you don't follow a lot of white folks or something, then a lot of your stuff ain't gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get kind of like what you following.
Right.
And I appreciate that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? In deflecting some of these algorithms
Right.
to keep my mind off of seeing some shit that I know I wasn't even trying to see in the
Right.
first place. But even then, you know what I'm saying?
Some can still seep in.
Yeah.
Some can slide through.
Or you could get in them groups.
Right.
Because it's shit on the web, man, and on some of these media apps and things like that. If you like, that's dark.
Right.
But you ain't looking for it, thank goodness. So you don't see it.
Right.
Just like if you're not on a particular social dating app, you're not going to encounter and see some of these certain things.
Right.
But I'm like, if the regular apps that we are on, like the IG, you know what I'm saying, the Twitters and the Facebooks and TikToks, if they can show you what they showing you,
Right.
I don't need to see nothing else.
That's enough. That's
I
enough.
don't need to go any deeper.
I don't even do a TikTok and
I don't either. I don't
Twitter.
have that. I don't have
do
X or Twitter or whatever
I
the
don't
hell
have
it's called.
Twitter. I do Instagram primarily is my thing. I
Yeah.
might slide over to Facebook every now and then, but I didn't get on social media until Instagram. I wasn't doing the Facebook and the MySpace. I didn't do any of those.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Instagram was always been my social media platform because that's where I started.
You know, there are business apps. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the LinkedIn where you can get
LinkedIn.
in, and you probably won't see as much social shit as you would business
stuff,
business
yeah.
social. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? I'll probably start doing more of that when I start taking what I'm doing up them levels. You see what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Because these apps also it opens you up for all the criticism, skepticism, anything.
Right.
Like it's funny because you'll see like right now we'll just say like Shannon Sharp is pretty much trending or whatever.
Right.
And he can't understand why certain things are happening, and I'm like, dude, first of all, you on a social media app.
Right.
You're getting all these views now, so you gonna get roasted, fired up,
Everything.
and put under the microscope and scrutiny is same as I would if I woke up tomorrow and I had 1 million viewers.
Right.
That's what come with this shit.
Right. That's
You can get-
automatic. When
Yeah.
you have one video on your podcast do 256 million views,
Yeah, yeah.
guess what?
You done changed your life.
Right.
now.
Right.
You're opening yourself up for all of this shit that social media bring.
That's
the
coming to
tornado,
you.
the Pandora's box that come with it.
You don't get just all the good.
Oh man, well we ain't even seeing what he could be getting DM'd.
Right,
Or
right.
people texting him and calling him with
Right,
negative shit and
right.
posting negative things in his DM. We seeing the blowback and it's just on our
The memes that they making about him and
Yeah.
comments about him. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yep. So I mean, that come with this too. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? But I see that content wise, it ain't no 50-50. It's more stupidity and negativity kind of ruling this thing in social media. It kind of got the algorithm pointed, you know what I'm saying? The pendulum swinging that way.
Yeah,
Negativity, dark, the humor even be sarcastic and witty.
Right.
It's dark humor type
Dark
shit
humor type,
sometimes.
yeah.
You see, and it's got to be a reason for that.
That's because that's what the
It's a
algorithm
program.
see people posting, or that's what gets the most views and likes. And it's, to be honest with you, it's the nature of people. It's the nature of the society in which we live in.
So
Unfortunately, because a lot of times nature dictates what's done. So if your nature is to be that way, and you have a whole bunch of people, the problem what we having is we didn't have social media before. That we didn't realize how dark people were until they start doing social media. You get what I'm saying?
so they exposed it,
Yeah,
exposing
they
themselves.
expose themselves on social media. But now that social media is around, they're exposing themselves. We sitting back going, Jesus Christ, I didn't realize that
How
people
many-
were like this. Right.
Well, you can have just the same amount of positive people. You see what I'm saying? Like there's some, just like somebody die every day, there's somebody born every day. There's something positive always. That's how nature is, to balance that scale.
Right.
What I'd be wanting to know is why aren't we triggered then innately? Why aren't we like programmed to go for the positive all the time, to
Right.
show something positive? Most of the
Positive don't
time you
get
see
likes.
something damn near positive, I'm gonna tell you what it is. To get all the hearts and the likes, it'll be an animal getting rescued or an animal doing something for another animal that's considered cute. That's positive, rather than people literally going out doing positive, thought-provoking things on a daily basis to help somebody.
Right.
Those shits don't go viral. Those don't trend. The average person, if they wanted to do something to fit in the trending viral algorithm, it would be something negative, something shocking, or something stupid.
Right.
It ain't gonna be nothing positive, I can tell you that.
Right.
And when I say something shocking, maybe you get a revolver and you got 5 bullets, you take one out and you spin it and you shoot it yourself. Shocking like that kind of way. Stupidity is some kind of form to go viral, but it never just be, let me go out here and just do something positive.
Right.
And let's keep doing this.
Now you have some people that do that, but the amount of people who's willing to expose themselves for likes is outweighs the amount of people that are doing positive things. I mean,
Okay.
that's just
Okay,
that's
I'll
just
take
the
that.
nature of the beast. Because to be honest, like you just said, a lot of the positive things when it comes to human nature and human interaction don't get as many likes as the negative things. And unfortunately, social media is based off likes and comments and follows and stuff of that nature. Is not necessarily based off positivity.
So, all right, here we go with this then, cause I noticed that when somebody do something for the homeless, If any cameras are involved, social media hate it. They don't like it, right? But I would say this, right? If Jesus just dropped down out the sky right now and started performing miracles, first of all, a motherfucker gonna record it. You can best believe that.
I'm
now,
gonna record
are they gonna? Thank you. But are you gonna be like the nerve of him recording him doing them miracles,
I'm
recording
gonna
him
record that.
healing that person? Why he doing that? So if it's positive, why we always be like, oh, they exploiting the person that's being helped? But if it's negative, it's cool all day to post.
Right.
If it's shocking and stupid and ignorant, it ain't no why he doing that, why he doing this. It's only something. They ask the stupidest questions of why he recording when it be an alligator and a lion going at it. Like the motherfucker supposed to drop the camera and help the alligator or something. They ask them stupid ass questions like, why he recording that?
Right.
And why the cameraman didn't jump in? This the kind of logic we be dealing with.
But that's like you said earlier, stupidity.
So my thing is, if we normalize pulling out that camera and recording on positive situations, life-saving situations, situations where people helping somebody, situations where people are some unity going on,
Right.
hand in hand shit. It looks better to me than situations where you have, oh shit, let me be the first one to record this because they shooting at Six Flags. Oh shit, look at her getting her weed pulled out. We want to see them fight. We want to record this. This is what they want to see.
Right.
Like, at some point, I don't do that shit.
Right.
I don't break my phone out to record nothing negative. Because it's enough of it going on. I've seen
Somebody
enough of
gonna
it
catch
before
it anyway.
social media anyway.
If you don't get it, somebody else gonna have it anyway.
Well, let them get it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, I get what you're saying. I appreciate. I can respect that. But we should think that we are. We always say that people should realize or expect that they're being recorded at all times when they're in
We
public.
are. By somebody or by
Something.
a satellite, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's where actually your camera and recording an act of crime can possibly come in handy. At least you got some evidence. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's
But
it.
me, I ain't no evidence type of person. I'm not no dealing with the cop type of person, so you probably won't see me recording shit that I would have to turn over to a cop.
Right.
That's just me. But for y'all that do it, man, you know
how I go.
exactly. But okay, if you're doing that, then do that for that purpose. You ain't got to post it on social media. You see what I'm saying? Why you posting it on social media? Why you can't just be like, okay, here you go, officer. If you need anything, I was here from when it started to finish, and the shit ain't on social media. I can kind of respect that. But for
That
you to
don't
be
never
going
happen.
live with it on Facebook, now we know what you're trying to do.
That don't generally happen that way.
You don't get no Pulitzer Prize for it.
Right.
So-
Pulitzer. We gonna get some Pulitzer. The problem is every post, everybody trying to go viral. So it's not
Like I say,
necessarily
Overnight journalists.
right. It's not necessarily for informational purposes. The main goal is always to go viral.
Okay, so then that just means that either somebody hunger for attention or money. One of the two. Because that's what
Both.
viral brings.
Both. They're one and the same.
But now sometimes you got to be careful because what you present out there to get your money, it still got some karma attached to it. You see what I'm saying? You might fuck around and record some and have somebody on that ass because you recorded it. And you just doing it for likes. Okay? There was an instance where this young dude was talking shit about a cartel boss for shits and giggles and likes.
Okay.
His ass went viral. And his ass also went viral when they shot that bar up that he was at and killed his ass.
Okay.
So he got it on both ends. You got viral and you got some money.
Right.
But that cartel wasn't playing.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes, you know what I'm saying, do the ends justify the means in what you even trying to do with this social media?
a lot of people don't think that way though. They don't think before. They don't think about it before they do. They don't sit back 10 seconds and breathe for a second before they post or respond to something. They just do it.
But that's where we go back to, like, a lot of people that be on social media don't necessarily apply common sense and logic.
There you go.
And a lot of that even flies out the door even more when you want to spontaneously put some shit up on the fly to get some attention. All attention ain't good attention, man. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Just because eyes are on you don't necessarily mean these people are even watching you for your benefit or for your well-being. You got to be careful of people that want you to go viral for some shit that can hurt you. Like, I wouldn't even really. I don't want to be known for that. I don't want to go viral because I shot myself in the foot on live, and everybody thought that was some funny shit.
Right.
Then I don't want to go viral because I'm in the act of committing a crime on live, and I think I'm gangster with it.
Right.
It's just, where are we going with this? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when you have to look at society, man.
I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, you were saying that worse before it gets better, but a lot of us ain't even seen the dark web and the dark social sites, so we don't even know what worse can be.
The dark web is totally something else.
Well, I mean,
I know somebody who's been on it.
Mm-hmm.
I know somebody who's told me how to get on it. I ain't gonna touch it, but it is nothing nice from what he tells me.
All I can say is, if you on that bitch, you can best believe you in the Fed database.
Right.
So, cause you ain't skillful enough, you ain't got enough brain power, and you ain't nerdy enough to have. Well, some people might have all this shit to block and get on this computer, get these with them FIN numbers and all these other numbers and stuff, man. Yeah, man. Look, I ain't got time for it. It is what it is. I don't need to see it if I got to do all that.
Right.
You know, and there are some people, man, I've heard when you start getting on some of these sites that they can follow you through these sites. Sometimes it activates cameras you didn't even know you had, and they be looking at you just because you were able to maneuver onto these social.
That's true. That is true.
Back alley sites. And
That's
shit.
100% true. That you can click on something, and then you never know, your whole alarm system be controlled by somebody else.
Okay, so here we go with the challenges. You know what I'm saying? On these posts, a lot of times there have been some people, not only have they been challenged, but they be playing games and get invited by certain people, and they take it offline. In real life, be getting hurt, damaged, followed.
What's one of the challenges that you've seen that's like, I don't know if I'll be doing that challenge?
Well, I don't mean, none of the challenges I've seen had anything that was positive, except for maybe like exercise challenges or fasting challenges possibly. But the challenges I see, like stupid ass ice bucket challenges and dance challenges and things that ain't got nothing to do with me benefiting off of it, or
what's the name, the Tide Pods challenges and all
man,
that
they'll
stuff.
actually have a super glue challenge if you let a gorilla glue challenge,
Right.
damn near. So I mean, like, yeah, I'm not into that. I don't want to do nothing for no likes. I don't want to do nothing that's gonna possibly hurt me or that I got to get out of, or it can have blowback just because it's a challenge.
Just because it's a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, I think that challenge somebody to do something that's gonna benefit them positively. Challenge somebody that can create a habit that's positive that they can continuously do. Why we just challenging motherfuckers for the moment on something stupid?
Right.
For, you know what I'm saying, some spontaneous reviews and views and shit, and then the next thing you know, you want something else that's stupid. When you could have challenged somebody something that could have been damn near life changing, and they can stay on that. It ain't a challenge no more. It's a fucking lifestyle.
It's part of life. Yeah.
Yep. You know, like I say, I'm definitely one that if I'ma use this particular social media tool, man, I'ma use it in the way that it can be an advantage for me as well as everyone else. Like if you tuning in now, you learning a little bit, you know what I'm saying, or it's definitely something that you can relate to with.
Right.
I'm not taking this time out to talk about somebody scoring 40,000 points. I'm not taking this time out to say who talked about somebody else, to take your mind off of something that you could possibly learn from. You know what I'm saying? Like this little hour and 30 minutes right here to me is important to speak to you all with. And I just so happen to be on a social media app. So that's how I'm using the social media. Can't necessarily say the same for everyone else.
It's not the same for everybody else. Everybody doesn't do it the same way. Everybody has different ways that they want to do it. And everybody sees different ways that it can be done. So everybody's interpretation of the way it can be done is different. So
Clearly, I like to use this app, man, to unify, man. Like unification with it, man, because you can reach and touch more people than you just can just waking up, going on your daily business. So imagine, you know what I'm saying, this becoming a tool that makes people want to tune in at a certain time or do something at a specific time on a massive scale with a lot of people.
Right.
I mean that's magnificent. You see what I'm saying? Rather than we all want to shoot out a mass post of something that's negative, or that's another thing that I see. As soon as something happens, everybody want to post it on social media without getting all the information, without getting all their facts. You just want to spread the shit just to get attention, to be like, oh, I see, it's here first, it's on me first, like you for CNN or somebody, you know. And sometimes that can be damaging, because when you really find out what was true or not, you ain't nowhere to be seen taking back your post or saying, yep, my bad, y'all, I jumped the gun on that. You know what I'm saying? It really wasn't even true. Shouldn't even been fanning this flame. So a lot of times, man, we just need to fall back sometimes on what we want to post or what we want to spread first, because it could be some false propaganda. You know, I ain't never been the one to want to spread no fake news, for sure. You know, it's all about putting the truth out there first of all, and not necessarily using this app or this tool to manipulate or stretch the truth. Because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, are tuning in, or they come to this particular sites and these apps for either some mental vitamins, or like we say, if they are bored, they shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, exposed to a bunch of bullshit just because they feel like they bored.
Right. So they say you gotta relax a little bit. Sometimes you gotta relax a bit sometimes, then be hard all the time, so you can seem relatable and not just hard. Like she said, you just seem like you're just hard.
Well, to a degree, like I say now, what I see on my timeline, some people need tough love. Like a lot of the people that need this the most don't think like us, and I realize that. You see what I'm saying?
You gotta give it to them hard.
Thank you. Hopefully they tune in. Okay, like I said, this is a dosed up show. So some people need 50 milligrams. Some people need 5 milligrams. You see what I'm saying? Some people need a stronger dose of medication. Some people don't. For those that don't need a stronger dose of medication, then I'm not necessarily talking to you. I'm talking with you.
Right.
For those that might need that stronger dose, I'm talking to you, because you need it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm more for those that need it and don't have it than those that already know. A lot of people sometimes, man, they have. I like it take a lot for me to understand people ain't on a certain wavelength. Like when I talk to people that are more knowledgeable about certain things, they just be like, "Shooter, man, you just be surprised. People don't know. People don't know. People don't know."
Right.
So this is for the people that just don't know, man.
And some people have hard heads.
Oh yeah, they do.
You gotta.
Well,
You gotta penetrate.
okay, so now
thinking.
here we go. If your head is so hard that I can't penetrate through it, then you just ain't meant to get this message.
Well, sometimes giving it to them hard get through to them.
Well,
it depends. It depends.
Here we go then. With that being said, nobody should have to argue or force it. If you can't learn it through some natural means or means of being calm to a degree, then it's not for you. Like I've had to fall back a lot of times in trying to help people because you end up yelling at them.
Right.
It's
Because
like,
they're
damn,
not getting it.
They not getting it, or they don't
Want to?
or they just can't understand the fact that you might be right.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And all right, I'll put it to you like this. And I don't want to use this, but
Okay.
I'll use this.
Okay.
If you tell a woman her man cheating on her, sometimes they don't want to hear that shit. But if you know what you see, you know, you done been there. You see
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And they don't want to hear from you. Oh, you just talking shit. You just want to break. So you just all these different. So
Right.
sometimes they got that hard head. They gonna learn it on their own.
They gotta do it. They gotta learn it themselves.
Yep.
What my mom used to always say: a hard head make a soft ass every day.
All I have to say is you shouldn't have to learn that experience more than once.
Yeah, but you know how people are.
Oh, they'll post that shit. That's what they'll do.
Yeah.
They'll post that experience, post what they going through and shit like that. You know what
There
I'm
you
saying?
have it. There you have it.
But, you know, in a nutshell, man, I think we've had a great conversation, you know, about social media. Like I say, I can use it. I can do without it. I would always say, man, it's good for people to just take breaks from it anyway from time to time.
No, most definitely.
You know, because as
I
much
think psychologists recommend you take breaks.
you should,
from
because
30 days sometimes.
Yeah, because as much as we have control of logging in, we don't really have control of what always pops up on it.
Right.
And you know, there's some people sometimes, believe it or not, they don't even know they don't even need to be on social media at that point. They could be going through something that's triggering them, depression, and the next thing you know, they get on social media and it's something rather that they can relate to help them with their depression. It triggers their depression. So it could be a double-edged sword on both. So also, like me, man, to the point where I've matured, where I wanna, if I'm gonna influence somebody, I wanna have a good post. Like I wanna just post positive, influential things, man. I wanna be that big bro, that OG that you can go to and get that wisdom. So a lot of my stuff, you know what I'm saying, ain't gonna be negative.
Right.
I'm trying to filter what's being presented on my pages as well, because I mean that's the only way we're gonna get somebody to make a difference.
Right.
Live it. You know what I'm saying? I'm that sacrificial lamb on that one. I'm gonna walk the walk. I'm gonna
Somebody has
continue to do it.
Walk the walk to make the
Yeah,
difference.
yeah,
right?
y'all gonna keep seeing me on these Mondays, man. I'm gonna keep drilling that positivity in here, man. You know what I'm
Giving
saying?
y'all
Help
them black
somebody, do
facts.
something for somebody if you can. You know what I'm saying? Ask somebody how their day was, man, and be genuine about that shit. Cause a lot of times when somebody be like, "How was your day?" they just gonna be like, "Oh, I was good."
Right.
We not good every damn day, and
That's
you
true.
know it, regardless of what we posting on the media side.
Right.
You know, cause most of the time they gonna post something that's fake, or they're not even gonna post their personal problem.
Right.
Cause they faking with you. They pump faking.
Everybody wants to make sure that wants you to see their lives as beautiful, calm, and successful.
Hey, well, you know, I'm gonna take this little bit of time right here though to shout out some folks. I see my boy G Dot. That's Grind Time Official right there. GG McGee, what's happening, bro? Really appreciate you tuning in, and you've been watching for a minute too. What's happening, Kevin Kelly? You always tuning in, cuzzo. Lisa McDonald, see you. All right, what's up, Closer Shadow? I see you, my G. Slick, you tuned in too. If I ain't mentioned you, my bad. You know what I'm saying? But I still appreciate you for tuning in. Oh, Janitha Moore. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna let that go. That's my Virgo buddy.
Okay.
What's up, boo? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Throw them deuces up. You got your dose for the day. Shoot 'em.
Yeah. Yeah. Grams leaders CC's pounds. Close cash, close call, close encounter, close up, pounds of leaders grams, get your dose up, cut this up, post up, and get dosed up. This for them voted like the movie, make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates, for them folk they can't relate. I gotta elevate your mind through these signs of the time, dishing out that medication for that